Okay guys, this is the first video I'm going to have on the custom ROM that I'm running. I'm going to look for other custom ROMs as well, but right now you guys know my favorite ROM is always Xiaomi EU, which is essentially a modified version of the China developer, or in some cases the China stable ROM, depending upon which ROM you choose. Now, first off, we're just going to start with the home screen options. Home screen options, we have app drawer, we have the global search for the swipe up, or we can choose to have the search bar, like so, which would be for Google. Or that could be a feature I have to enable in assistant settings, but either way, just like on the Nexus devices, we have the search bar on the bottom. Okay, Google. As you see, it works on all of my devices, because now they're all running Xiaomi EU. And as you guys can see, app drawer, full screen display. One thing that I particularly like about Xiaomi EU and just kind of the Xiaomi ROM in general, you can fit and change how you want the icons to look. You can make it as iOS-y as you want. I like something kind of like this, or even something like this. And now one thing I wish is that we could go ahead and have all of the app names taken out, but I mean, it's not that custom of a ROM, and to be honest with you guys, it's not that big of a deal with me. But it's a nice amount of customization that we have, and it really allows you to fill up your screen if you want to take advantage of that longer aspect ratio. To the right, we do have the Google Now launcher, which is great. Okay, now let's hop into the settings to show you guys. Now this is still on Android 9, which is kind of disappointing. My K20 Pro is on Android 10, and it's been on Android 10 for a while. And this device just came out, and we're not on Android 10 yet. Security patch, as you guys can see, is for December, so it's up. And I'm running 9.12.26 for Xiaomi EU. SIM card connection and sharing. This does have Mi Share, which is pretty cool. Turn on Mi Share back on automatically when Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are connected. And this allows you to connect with other devices and kind of like seamlessly share stuff between devices, and it allows them to pop up very similar to Apple iDrop. Android Beam, obviously using NFC, which that kind of never really took off. Always on display, lock screen. We have the option for the always on display. I don't really use the display, the active on display, but I will turn this on just so that it kind of notifies me that I have new and incoming stuff. It's kind of subtle. I like it. I don't like the display necessarily lighting up when I get something new, and this kind of pulsing is kind of nice. A quick setting access, so it allows you to change the quick settings from the lock screen. Wallpaper carousel. I never use this, and I always keep it all black. This is something that's new and that's really nice. On my lock screen, you go over, we now have all of these. So I can hit this and it'll jump me right into the application. That's a really cool little feature. That's also newer for Xiaomi EU, and it's something that we might see coming to more like future Xiaomi stable updates. Display. Now this is something that this device did not have when I got it, which is the anti-flicker mode or the DC dimming mode. That is something that was added when we got Xiaomi EU. Dark mode. There is no official like dark global dark theme yet, which is kind of disappointing. Here we'll go into dark mode. See, and there's no forced global dark mode for the device yet. We can hide the notch if you want. Use app icons for notifications, which I really like. Show weather and notifications shade, cloudy. Battery indicator next to it. We have the full screen gestures, as I touched on before. All the stuff for like the customized Xiaomi notifications with like the differences, they're all still here. and they're all still really kind of pleasant to use, I have to say. One other thing I wanted to touch on is that the haptics for this are awesome. And there, we just changed it to strong. Notifications. This is something that you can choose how the notifications get displayed in each app and how they get displayed on the home screen. I wasn't getting like home screen notifications for a while, and then I went into this and I enabled them, and now I get more of them. It's not always perfect, and there's still issues and flaws here and there, but overall it works pretty well. We do have face unlock. I don't use face unlock at all. Let's go to battery and performance. Now in MIUI 11, which we have right now, we have like significantly better battery statistics in regards to battery usage and like what the apps are doing, and it's just like an overall more pleasing aesthetic here in MIUI 11. And if you guys want to see more MIUI 11 videos, go ahead and check out my videos on the K20 Pro, because the user experience on them is essentially identical. Now, additional settings, button shortcuts, double press the power button. I don't know why Xiaomi has two options for this. You can either double tap the volume or you can double tap the power. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you guys. Now, I normally have Google Assistant enabled with the long squeeze of this. I'm not gonna have it enabled on this device simply because I'm gonna be giving it back to my friend pretty soon. Now, something that I've done, if you guys have noticed, this device moves pretty quickly, is I've actually sped up all the animations to 0.5x times, and it's been giving me really, really great performance. We have screen on time special features, MIUI Lab. I turned on AI preloading. I wanted to see if it was going to use extra RAM, and it seems like it is using extra RAM, but at the same time, the device has 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that's pretty nice. Now, in regards to like the quick replies, contextually, this is kind of funky with how it gets implemented, and I have quick replies enabled, but it doesn't always necessarily work flawlessly. Same on my K20 Pro. Now let's go into the camera, because that's something that I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to see. As you guys did see, I have Gcam, and I will be having videos about Gcam. Now when we go into HDR, we do have the Auto, Pro, and Live mode. I'm not exactly sure what all these different modes do. If someone wants to explain them to me, that would be great. But I usually leave it in HDR Pro, and I'm very happy with what I get. We do have the dynamic shot HDR. I normally leave this stuff off. And most of the features are kind of the same for what we have already. For short video, we can do like music video style stuff. All kinds of different Animoji, TikTok, magic sticker stuff, beautification, sky bluing, filters, but that's more or less standard. Slow motion, 960 FPS. Personally, if you guys are going to be using slow-mo, 120 in my opinion looks kind of the best in most circumstances. Portrait mode, night mode. I wish we had more options for the camera and the lenses that we could use. Like, I would love to have an ultra wide night mode, but we don't have that, and we don't have it in Xiaomi EU either. Other than that, I haven't gone through and debloated this device very much, simply because I'm going to be giving it back to my friend who bought this device in the first place, and I haven't really been using it other than just for testing and making videos for your guys. But as you guys can see, with the Xiaomi EU ROM and the like kind of fully debloated and optimized ROM that we have here, the device runs really, really smooth. It runs really, really kind of flawlessly. In regards to battery optimization and stuff like that, and getting the most out of the battery life on this device, I think that there's a lot of optimization that is left on the table still. And I think that we're going to see this device hopefully get better with time. And I'm going to be doing another follow-up video on the Xiaomi Mi 10, because it might be using the same exact camera setup that we have on the Mi Note 10.